What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. This video is long overdue. We are talking about my 3-year check-in update on life in Phoenix. Or shall I say life in Arizona as a whole, right? If you don't know me, I'm Coach SB. You can find me on here by subscribing, and you can also find me on TikTok. All the details are in the description. But let's get straight to it. So I've been in AZ going on 3 years, and I want to give you guys the good, the bad, and the utmost honest truth on what it's really like to live out here. I am a single Black man. I blend into every space, right? Like I don't have any allegiances to any particular community. I just kind of go my way and go to what I feel like. And, that's my vibe. So let's take it back and let's kind of start with the good. The first 2 years of living in Arizona, I would name that the honeymoon phase. Or not. For some people, they move here and they immediately like, oh my God, I can't stand it. It's too hot. I don't see enough people, things like that. When I moved here in the summer, so I moved at the worst time. So I think I acclimated myself real quick. Like it was either you survive or you go back from where you came, and there was no going back for me. So when I arrived here, I felt like, this was a good choice. Arizona is a place that you come to get closer to yourself. At that time, I was leaving LA. I was leaving so much toxicity, so many toxic environments, being around so many people. And Arizona will situate you in a way where you have to face yourself and identify yourself and heal yourself. So initially, things were very relaxing, very cool, and I immediately met new people. And I immediately found myself building somewhat of a community or a network of people that I would hope to call friends and that I would end up, continuing to like hang out with and do things with and kind of build that community. So on the positive, Phoenix and Arizona as a whole is a place where many transplants are moving to, and they want to find community. They want to meet other people. So you find that there are a lot of people who are at least willing to like meet others, but you have to go out of your way, really. You have to find those people. You have to look for those people. It is not a place that you come to and you just walk down the street and you automatically find people who are your vibe. For me, BFF and things like that really helped, and it brought me together with people. And things that I like to do, going on hikes, going to the lake, going to the range. Those are the typical activities that I liked. First Fridays when I moved here, First Fridays was absolutely tea. You could go out. It wasn't as crowded as it is today. You could go out, you could go to different bars, different venues, and I really enjoyed that. So if you like going to different bars, different venues, Phoenix and Arizona as a whole has lots of places that have new things opening up or new locations and venues that are always popping up. So it's really good for that. It's also good for going on road trips. You can go to see the Grand Canyon. You could go to Flagstaff. I never actually made it to Flagstaff, but you can go to Flagstaff and you can get your skiing on if that's what you're into. You can go to Sedona and you can get it to your spiritual bag. I actually did visit Sedona. Love, love, love Sedona. You do kind of got to spend some money to really enjoy Sedona. But some people may tell you ain't got to spend nothing to enjoy because it's so beautiful. But once you're up there, you realize really quickly that it costs money to be in Sedona. So Sedona is a place that's really nice, but it costs money to really enjoy it. Nonetheless, you got options. You got tons of things that you can go out and do. You could go to see different waterfalls. You could really go crazy with the camping. I never did any of that. I have not done any of that. It's on my agenda. And you'll find that there's so much to see here that you could spend weeks and weeks and weeks just going to different places and going to different locations and different mountains and different parks and things like that. So if you're into nature and the outdoors, AZ might be the place for you. But it's not the only place that has outdoors, so keep that in mind. But also something to note is that AZ has different terrains and different climates and different environments depending on where you are. It's known as the desert, right? But you can go up north and it could get a little bit more chilly during the fall and the winter months. And it can even snow in some places. So AZ is a place where you could get different terrains and you can experience all 4 seasons if you want to. But if you stay in Phoenix, you're not going to experience all 4 seasons. You're going to experience really, really hot summers and amazing falls, amazing winters, meaning that it's the best, perfect temperature. You could walk out like this in the middle of fall, in the middle of winter during the daytime, and it will be the perfect temperature. So it's a great place that if you're tired of the cold, I'm from New York originally. I was so tired of those cold winter months. I never wanted to go back to see another winter in the cold and in the snow again. So it was fine for me. But keep in mind, it does get very hot. And also, I'll leave it with this. Phoenix and Arizona as a whole is a growing and a budding city where a lot of people are moving. So if you're an entrepreneur, it is a great place to start something new, try different things. With a growing economy, it's not overly saturated to do different things. But it's growing very quickly now. So you got to get on it if that's what you want to do. But if you're a budding entrepreneur, you want to get somewhere where you want to be early, AZ is the place. Or if you want to invest in a property, AZ is the place. But now, let's really get down to the thick of things and really, let's be real. I'm going to have to drink some water for this. Now, remember how I mentioned earlier, Arizona is a place that you come to when it's time for you to be in your isolation and sit with yourself. If you're like me, you were in a space where you had so many friends, so many people that you were around. And being around so many people is not always the best thing, especially when those people are not meant for you and when those people don't have your best interests. Now, while you're living your life, you may even be looking at this right now. You may have a great friend circle, but you don't know if people are really around you for the right reasons. You may be lit right now, and the people that are around you are only around you because you lit. This was something that I learned while coming to AZ, is that everybody that you meet is not the person that they claim to be. And this is where people complain a lot about Arizona having a lot of weird characters. I will admit, at first I was like, nah, y'all wildin'. It couldn't be me. You know, my homies, we mad cool. They mad chill. They show me love. They support me, da-da-da-da-da. I never said this to nobody, but I would watch videos and I'd be like, nah, y'all wildin'. You got to give people a chance. Until year 3 happened. Around year 2.5, year 2 to 3, that was around the time that I purchased my first home. Once I purchased my home, I guess that kind of launched me into a new atmosphere and a new tax bracket of individuals. A lot of people want to buy a house, but they can't afford it, right? It's a blessing. It was a blessing to me to be able to do so, and it did not come easy. And I will talk about that. If you're not following me on TikTok, make sure you follow me on TikTok because I'm going to be giving the story of the behind the scenes on the home buying process. But when I bought the home, that was when the energy shifted. That was when people started to act weird as if they didn't want me to be successful. I started to grow in my business. I started to grow in my career in different ways, being sent to different, states for different activities and different, opportunities. I bought my house. That comes with its own thing. People started to act weird, but I didn't really notice it initially. Now, what do I mean by people acting weird? This is where it gets spiritual. This is where if you are not a spiritual person, And by spiritual, I don't mean following Jesus Christ. I'm gonna honestly say that, because that's another thing where a lot of people who claim to be Christians are wearing masks out here. So a lot of the people that I was hanging around with, they turned out to be people who were wearing masks. Which leads me to my point on people in Arizona. If you are moving to Arizona and you are a spiritual person, or you are somebody who is growing in your spirituality, and you want to meet genuine people, you gotta be careful coming to Arizona, because people are not really genuine out here, and people have a lot of facades that they're putting up. To be quite frank, a lot of people in Arizona, because it's very conservative, it's got a lot of history of occultism. A lot of people out here are involved in secret societies. That was something that I was kind of privy to in LA because of my history of working in entertainment. You kind of expect that most people are, but then when I moved to AZ, I'm like, I didn't know a lot about it. I wish somebody was like me that put up a video like this to tell the people what's really going on in Arizona. I had no idea that so many people were involved in secret societies. And when you have people who are involved in secret societies, those are just point blank not people that you can really trust, because they're liable to be against you when you're not a part of that group think mentality. If you are not a part of a secret society, you're not an Eastern Star, you're not a Mason, you are going to be surrounded by a lot of fake people. Or even if you are, and you're like, I need to get out of this, I need to get away from these people. The people around you, everywhere you go, these people are involved in secret things. And when you are someone who has a light around you and you have positive things going for yourself, these people will seek to destroy that. And that is why year 3 has been like this grand awakening for me, this grand revealing, and the veil is being lifted on everybody around me. And in year 3, I realized everybody around me was fake. And they were not happy for my success. And if they could hurt me, they would have hurt me. And some, you could say, might even conspire to do so. People get very, very jealous. And I don't think people understand how jealous people get. You come here with a new job, you better keep your mouth shut. Do not be telling people where you work, how you get your money. Lie. Because the moment people start getting a sense that you're in an okay standing, don't be fooled by the rocks that I got. I'm still trying to make it too. I just have a little bit more favor than some other people, because I went through the fire, I did the work, I did the self-healing, and then God said, here's a reward to you for all the work that you did. Not nothing special outside of actually doing the healing work. So that's the big conundrum of where I'm at in year 3. Arizona, while it's a very beautiful place and is very serene at times, is very kooky looky with these people out here. They have hidden agendas. So it brings it back to my original point. Arizona is a great place if you are with the understanding that you're going to come out here and you're going to focus, you're going to lock in. You're going to be a little isolated for a while as you find your footing. Of course, you can still talk to people. You should still try to go out to different events. But you have to keep in mind that a lot of people out here do not come with good intentions. I'm still hopeful that I can find new people who are with good intentions. I have not given up on the world, but after this grand awakening of all these individuals who were secretly jealous, secretly hating, after smiling in my face, after pretending to be friends, it's crazy. And then let's not even talk about the stalkers. The many stalkers, if you're trying to date, people become so obsessive because there's not a lot of options out here, not a lot of good options. So if you come in out here, you're like, oh, I'm going to try to date, I'm going to try to find my divine partner. You're going to come across a lot of NPCs who are going to get very obsessive over you. And you are going to you're going to go through a little bit of a storm. Now, What else can I talk about with AZ? AZ can also get boring. It's very easy to get, stuck up in the house, which is not a bad thing. I'm very much a homebody, been a homebody, but I become more of a homebody just because I don't want to deal with people as much as I used to. So year 3 is like having me have all these different epiphanies to where I'm now reconsidering what's next. Granted, I never considered Arizona the forever place. I went into this moving here knowing that I'm not saying this is forever. I'm coming here to make some moves. Coming here to start my real estate portfolio, start my investment portfolio, get in on some investments on the low and watch them rise up, make some income, maybe do a flip or something, and go from there. Have this be like a launching pad for my next phase of my life. So if that's where you are and you want to build the next phase of your life and you're like, I just want to go to a place that's a bit cheaper so I can save, so I can build, so I can invest, and then I'm going to go on and do my own thing, then Arizona could be for you. So that's all that I have to say right now. I'm still very blessed to be in Arizona because every day I wake up, it's sunny. The sun is a great additive to life as a whole. To have the sun every day and not wake up and it's always cloudy and dark like, on the East Coast, that's a healthy thing to have. But everything comes at a price. So hopefully this was helpful to you guys. If you have any questions about Arizona, you're considering moving to Arizona, drop it in the comments. I'll definitely reach out, or reach out to me on TikTok, and I'll be glad to give you guys my honest opinions. Take care, everybody.